Hey, web heads and movie buffs. Today, we're swinging through the multiverse to unravel the exciting layers of Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse. If you enjoyed the eye-popping adventure of the first film, strap in, because we're about to dive deep into what lies ahead in this highly anticipated sequel. So, without further ado, let's get caught in this web of intrigue. The evolution of animation. In the first segment, let's talk about the groundbreaking animation style that brought Spider-Verse into the spotlight. The sequel promises to push the boundaries even further with innovative techniques that blend comic book aesthetics with CGI, creating an immersive experience. Imagine the vibrant panels of a comic book leaping off the page and coming to life. That's the magic we're anticipating. With around 200 artists reportedly working to expand the visual palette, we're not just expecting a movie, we're expecting a masterpiece of modern animation. The expanding Spider-Verse. Next, we'll swing into the storyline. Across the Spider-Verse is set to expand the multiverse introduced in the first film, with Miles Morales meeting even more alternate versions of Spider-People. From the teasers and interviews, it's clear that we're in for a wild ride through dimensions. Each of these universes promises to bring its own unique flair, challenges, and villains, making for a complex and layered narrative. How will Miles navigate these new worlds, and what new allies will join the fight? The anticipation is as thrilling as a leap from the tallest skyscraper. The multitude of characters. In our third part, let's focus on the characters. With an ever-growing cast, Across the Spider-Verse isn't just a sequel, it's a massive expansion of the Spider family. We've got returning favorites and fresh faces, each with their own distinct personalities and powers. This segment will discuss how these characters from different dimensions may interact, clash, and ultimately work together. It's a Spider-Man fan's dream come true, with a roster that reads like a who's who of Spider lore, the role of music and sound. Moving on, let's not forget the beats that brought Miles' world to life. The music and sound design are as much a character in this universe as the Spider people themselves. From the unforgettable What's Up Danger scene to the culturally rich soundscape, we anticipate a sequel that knows its beats and bops. We'll dissect the importance of sound and music in crafting the atmosphere of the movie and how it enhances the storytelling in this sprawling multiverse. The impact on pop culture. Finally, we will swing into the cultural impact. The first Spider-Verse film left an indelible mark on pop culture and animated storytelling. What can we expect from the sequel? We'll discuss the potential influences and trends that Across the Spider-Verse might set in motion, not just for future animated features, but for the superhero genre as a whole. It's about more than just a movie. It's about a phenomenon that's shaping the landscape of entertainment. What new villains will emerge? Every hero is defined by their villains, and the Spider-Verse is crawling with potential foes. Who will be the big bad in this multiverse saga? Could we see a return of the Kingpin, or will a new villain from the comics make their debut? Let's unravel the threads of possibility and weave our own theories. The technology of the Spider-Verse. The technology that allows for dimension hopping is as fascinating as it is mysterious. How will the sequel explore the science behind the multiverse? Let's dive into some comic book lore and real-world physics to discuss how Across the Spider-Verse might visualize these complex ideas. Easter eggs and references. The first film was packed with nods to the fans' Easter eggs galore. We'll need to keep our eyes peeled for the hidden gems in the sequel. What secrets lie in the background, and what references will delight the die-hard fans? Let's chat about what we might look out for. The philosophy of the Spider-Verse. There's a deeper message within the Spider-Verse about identity, community, and heroism. How will Across the Spider-Verse tackle these themes? Let's swing into a discussion about the philosophy woven into the very fabric of the Spider-Verse narrative. Looking forward, the community's role. As we anticipate the release of Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse, let's not forget the role of the community in shaping the Spider-Verse. The fan theories, the artwork, and the discussions fuel the very essence of this franchise. What kind of community-driven content would you like to see surrounding the film? Share your Spider-Man fan art, your cosplays, and your theories with us, and let's build a web of community together. The art of storytelling. In our extended conversation, we must applaud the art of storytelling that Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse promises to uphold. Storytelling is an ancient craft, and this film looks to be a testament to its evolution. From cave paintings to comic books to the silver screen, how do you think our storytelling methods have changed? And more importantly, how have they stayed the same? Let's discuss the universal threads that connect us all to a good story. Interactive elements. As we weave the final strands of our Spider-Verse script, let's not overlook the potential for interactive elements. Imagine augmented reality experiences or interactive games that could accompany the film. How would you like to interact with the Spider-Verse beyond the movie? Your feedback could very well influence what we see in future digital experiences. Inspirational takeaways. Before we wrap up, let's swing by the inspirational takeaways from the Spider-Man universe. It's not just about the action-packed sequences or the stunning visuals. It's about the message that anyone can be behind the mask. What does that message mean to you? Let's share our stories of inspiration and discuss how Spider-Man has encouraged us to be the heroes of our own stories. A community of spider heroes. Wrapping up our web-slinging session, let's not forget that Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is more than just a film. It's a cultural event that unites us all. The beauty of the Spider-Verse lies in its ability to resonate with fans worldwide, creating a community of spider heroes, each with their own story. How has Spider-Man inspired you to be a hero in your everyday life? Let's use this platform to share our stories and celebrate our inner heroes. The legacy of Spider-Man. As we close this chapter, we reflect on the enduring legacy of Spider-Man. For generations, this character has stood as a symbol of resilience, kindness, and the relentless pursuit of what's right. How will Across the Spider-Verse contribute to this legacy? We're eager to find out how the next page of Spider-Man's story will inspire us to cling to the values that make us heroes in our own right. Remember, the end of this video doesn't mean the conversation has to stop. Continue to share, comment, and engage with fellow fans. What topics would you like to see discussed in future videos? Your suggestions are the compass that guides our content, so don't be shy, your input is invaluable. A final web of thanks. Before we swing out of here, a heartfelt thank you for joining me on this journey through the Spider-Verse. Your enthusiasm and engagement are what make this channel a special corner of the web. Keep those notifications turned on for more deep dives, fan theories, and everything else in the superhero realm. Share your Spider-Verse. As we bid farewell, why not keep the web of engagement strong? If Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse has spun a thread in your heart, share it with us. Post your reactions, your fan theories, and even your own Spider-Verse drawings with the hashtag #MsSpiderVerse. Let's make this not just a movie experience, but a creative collaboration that spans across our own universe. The Spider-Verse Challenge. Are you ready to take on the Spider-Verse Challenge? In our next video, we'll be diving into a series of challenges inspired by the film. From parkour runs to Spider-Man trivia contests, get ready to showcase your agility, both mentally and physically. Comment below if you've got some challenge ideas you'd like to see featured. Upcoming interviews and insights. We're also thrilled to announce that we'll soon be hosting a series of interviews with Spider-Man enthusiasts, comic book artists, and maybe even some surprise guests from the making of Across the Spider-Verse. If there's a question you're itching to ask, drop it in the comments, and we might just include it in our interviews. The Spider-Verse Fan Showcase. And in appreciation of your support, we're launching a Spider-Verse Fan Showcase. Send us your cosplay photos, your fan art, and your Spider-Man stories. Each month, we'll feature these in our videos, celebrating the amazing talent and passion that shines within the Spider-Man community. A web of resources. Lastly, we want to provide a web of resources for anyone inspired by Spider-Man to make a difference in their community. From charity events to community service, let's take the spirit of heroism into the real world. Stay tuned for a list of causes that could use a hero's touch and learn how you can participate. The cultural web of Spider-Verse. Spider-Man's appeal stretches far beyond the bounds of comic book pages and into the very fabric of pop culture. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is not just a cinematic event, it's a cultural phenomenon that promises to weave its narrative threads into the hearts of audiences worldwide. The film's predecessor, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, was lauded not only for its groundbreaking animation, but also for its refreshing take on representation and heroism. The sequel is set to swing even higher, tackling more universes, more characters, and a more intricate storyline. Diversity in the Spider-Verse. A point of significant cultural impact is the film's commitment to diversity. Miles Morales, the Brooklyn-born Afro-Latino teen, returns as the protagonist, offering a relatable hero for communities often underrepresented in mainstream media. The sequel promises to expand this inclusive narrative, introducing a multitude of spider people from different universes, each with unique backgrounds and stories. Technological evolution in animation. Technologically, Across the Spider-Verse is expected to push boundaries just as its predecessor did. The first film's unique visual style, which married comic book aesthetics with cutting-edge animation, set a new standard for what animated films could look like. The sequel will undoubtedly continue this trend, utilizing the latest advancements in animation to tell its multi-dimensional tale. Impact on future storytelling. This movie will likely set the tone for the future of storytelling within the superhero genre. By weaving together different characters and plot lines across various universes, it challenges the linear narratives we're accustomed to. It opens up a multiverse of possibilities for how stories can be told, encouraging creators to think outside the conventional boxes. The message of unity. At its core, the Spider-Verse saga is about unity in diversity. The idea that anyone can wear the mask and be a hero resonates universally. It's a powerful message that speaks to our time, reminding us of our interconnectedness and the strength found in embracing our differences. Looking ahead, as fans eagerly await the film's release, one thing is clear: Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse will leave an indelible mark not just on the superhero genre, but also on the cultural landscape. Its impact will reverberate through future films, inspire new generations of storytellers, and most importantly, bring us together in a shared experience that celebrates diversity, innovation, and the hero in all of us. The web of possibilities. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse isn't just a sequel. It's a multiversal saga that propels us into uncharted territories. After Into the Spider-Verse mesmerized us with its multi-Spidey spectacle, the sequel swings us into even wider dimensions. With Miles Morales at the helm, we're set to discover new worlds that redefine what a superhero movie can be. Imagine the possibilities. Infinite worlds mean infinite challenges and infinite versions of our beloved spider personas. And with every leap between worlds, we're promised not just visual splendor, but a story rich with the essence of heroism in all its forms. New characters, new challenges. The buzz is real. New characters are about to flood the Spider-Verse. Each one comes with their own story, their own universe's baggage, and of course, their unique spin on the Spider-Man legacy. The introduction of these characters is more than just fan service. It sets the stage for Miles to evolve. They are the catalysts for his transformation from a Brooklyn teen to a hero of the multiverse. And with new adversaries lurking in the interdimensional shadows, Miles must step up his game. We're talking about conflicts that span dimensions and resonate with viewers across the board. Animation innovation. Into the Spider-Verse broke the mold with its visual artistry, and the sequel looks to leap even further. We're on the cusp of witnessing an animation renaissance, with styles blending and bending in a symphony of visual storytelling. This part of the video will delve into the animation alchemy that conjures up this feast for the senses, discussing the labor of love that animators pour into every frame, every texture, every burst of color that makes the Spider-Verse so unmistakably iconic. The soundtrack slings again. If the visuals are the body, then the soundtrack is the heartbeat of the Spider-Verse. And boy, does it thump! We're anticipating a sonic landscape that's just as diverse and dynamic as the visual one. From character themes that carry emotional weight to adrenaline, pumping beats for chase scenes across dimensions, the music of Across the Spider-Verse is poised to be a chart-topping phenomenon that weaves through the narrative, enriching it at every turn. The impact of the Spider-Verse. The ripples of Into the Spider-Verse were felt throughout the superhero realm, and its sequel aims to send waves. This segment ponders the potential cultural and cinematic impact of Across the Spider-Verse. Will this film encourage other franchises to be bold, to break their molds, to explore their multiverses? It's a vibrant time for superhero media, and Across the Spider-Verse is at the vanguard, pushing the boundaries further than ever before. The villains of the multiverse. What's a hero without a villain? Across the Spider-Verse teases the introduction of multiverse villains with agendas as varied as their powers. We'll peek into the dark corners of the Spider-Verse to unveil these antagonists who promise to test our heroes' limits. Expect this segment to analyze the rumored villain lineup, their motivations, and the innovative ways our Spider team will confront these threats. The multiverse isn't just expanding with heroes, but with a new breed of villainy that's as diverse and complex as the worlds they come from. The evolution of Miles Morales. Miles Morales is not the rookie we met in Into the Spider-Verse. He's growing, learning, and his journey resonates with so many fans out there. In this part of our script, we dive into Miles' evolution as a character. We're expecting to see his struggles, triumphs, and the personal growth that only a multidimensional crisis can provoke. This sequel is a ripe ground for Miles to mature into the Spider-Man he is destined to become, and we'll be there every step of the way. The art of the sequel. Crafting a worthy sequel is no small feat. It's about elevating the story, deepening the world, and delivering on the promise of the original while charting a new course. Across the Spider-Verse stands on the precipice of this challenge. Here, we will discuss how the film seeks to honor its predecessor's legacy while also daring to outdo it, not just in terms of spectacle, but as a piece of narrative art. Fan expectations and theories. No movie, especially in the comic book genre, is complete without a vortex of fan theories and sky-high expectations. This segment will tap into the fanbase's heartbeat, exploring theories that have emerged and gauging expectations for the film. From secret cameos to potential plot twists, the Spider-Verse is fertile ground for speculation, and our fans are at the forefront of this thrilling speculation spree. Looking beyond the Spider-Verse. What lies beyond Across the Spider-Verse? We'll conclude our body with a segment focused on the future. What can we anticipate in terms of spin-offs, sequels, and the ever-expanding Spider-Verse? This sequel could set the stage for an even more intricate web of stories. Let's speculate on the future trajectory of this universe and how it could continue to revolutionize the superhero narrative landscape. The story so far. We last left our hero Miles Morales as he mastered the art of the swing and the responsibility that comes with it. Across the Spider-Verse picks up the threads of this journey, pushing beyond the boundaries of Miles' New York into the sprawling multiverse. What adventures await our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man when the dimensions collide? This segment will recap where we've been and speculate on the narrative path our heroes will tread. The Spider-Verse expands. One universe was just the beginning. Now, We're looking at a Spider-Verse that's richer and more complex than ever. This part will explore the new universes and the unique visual styles they bring to the table. Expect an animation extravaganza that will redefine what the medium can achieve as we meet diverse spider people from across the infinite realities. The returning cast and crew. The heart of Into the Spider-Verse was its unforgettable characters and the team that brought them to life. Here we'll shine the spotlight on the returning cast, including Shamek Moore and Haley Steinfeld, and the brilliant minds behind the scenes. What can we expect from these seasoned storytellers as they weave this next chapter? New characters on the block. Every sequel promises new faces, and Across the Spider-Verse is no exception. This segment introduces us to the fresh characters joining the Spider family. What roles will they play? And how will they connect with our established heroes? We'll dive into what we know about these newcomers and their potential impact on the story, the anticipation, and the hype. The buzz around Across the Spider-Verse is as electric as a shock from Electro's fingertips. In this part, we'll talk about the community's excitement, the expectations set by the first film, and how this sequel is already shaping up to meet them. We'll also look at the promotional strategy, the merchandise, and the early reception from critics and fans alike.